Hi and welcome to the beginners course on Google Earth Engine. So in this course I will try to make a new series using the Earth Engine Python API, how you can easily using the Python Earth Engine API in the COLAB code editor. So I will try to show you the all of this process. So actually in this video part series I will try to all of this as a sequence. Okay, so when you watch this video series you can maintain a sequence. Okay, and let's see how we can start this Google Earth Engine Python API using the COLAB code editor. So first of all you need to go your Google Drive. You can simply go to the Google Drive. So now my Google Drive will be opened here, you can see. So now you go to your new, you can see the new option, simply click to here, you can see here the more. So now you want to go to the Google Collaboratory, simply click here. Okay, so now this Google Collaboratory is opened, you can see here. So this is your code editor. Here you can see this is the code spacing. So if you need the another code spacing, you can simply go click to here and you can run this code editor easily. Okay, so I delete it. You can simply delete here, this delete here, or you can easily mirror cell or copy from this tab. Okay, so let's start. So here you can see this is the title of this code editor. So I can simply change it here. So now I give this title is GE first class. Okay, so now I will try to show you how you can set up your Python Earth Engine API in the COLAB code editor and use the Python API easily. So first of all you need to install a GE map package. So for this package I use the pip installation. So I simply use here the pip install GE map. So now I want to execute this code. For this you can simply click to here, or also you can click Ctrl plus Enter in your keyboard. So I Ctrl plus Enter press in my keyboard, this code will be running. You can see here. So in this package you can see GE map is a package and all of this module are included in this package. So when you complete this installation of your GE map package, you can easily access all of this package module in this code editor. Okay, so it will be installed here. You can see our required file will be downloading easily in here. So here you can see I already installed this GE map package in my environment. So here you can see this message, the requirement already satisfied. So here you can see the successfully installed all of this package name here, you can see here. So all of this package now are installed here. So now I can easily use of this package in my code editor and import it all of this. So now I want to show you how you can import your packages in here. So you can simply new code spacing. So simply click to here, new code spacing will be appeared here, you can see. So now I click to some code here to installation package module are imported in my code editor. So I simply use here the import. So import, now I import here the Google Colab. So I use here the Google .colab. Okay, now I also import here the GE map EE folium. So I use here the import GE map EE folium and I gave this name as GE map. Okay, so when you click to run, if we have don't get any error, that means your package will be successfully installed. Okay, so I simply click to run, you can see there is no error. It means your package, your GE map package will be successfully installed in your environment. Okay, so now you want to authenticate and initialize with Earth Engine. So in this part, you have already created an Google Earth Engine verified account, and now you want to add this account in this code editor. So that's why you need to import your Earth Engine, authenticate and initialize. Okay, so now I get a new code spacing from here. Click to here. So now I import here, import EE means Earth Engine, and I also need to EE.Earth Engine authenticate. Okay, and I also import here, need to EE.initialize. So when I click run, you can see what's happened. So what's the wrong here? I again click to run. Simply click to this link. You can allow it and copy this link here. So you can see what's the wrong. You can get the error message here, import EE. So module here, the so I registered runtime. Okay, okay, now it will be correct. You can see, you can simply go to this link. Okay, so you and add your Earth Engine account. You can get allow here, authenticator, and you can get this code and copy this code and paste here. Okay, and now click to enter. So now it will be working here, but you can get the same error result here. So I again try again. So what's happened? I gave this allow and copy this and paste here. Okay, so now you can see your result will be successfully saved the authorization token. So when you use this code, you can very carefully use it. So if you have any error or network issue, this code will be not running. Actually, when you use this code, you need to connect your Google Earth Engine verified account with this verification code. Okay, so now we can see successfully save the authorization token here. I will successfully added my Google Earth Engine token or authenticates in my and initialize with the Google Earth Engine this COLAB code editor. So now I can simply add here my code using the Python API. Okay, so now I want to create an interactive map. So for this I also need a code spacing here. So now I add some code for creating an interactive map. So for this here I use the map. This is the variable name, and use here the GE map dot map. This is the package of GE map dot map, and here I also declared the center. I need the map center will be, So I simply copy this center here, the latitude and longitude. So I simply copy this, okay, and paste here, as well as I also copy this and paste my code editor. This is the coordinator, and I also define here the zoom level. So here the zoom level is, I define it 9, okay. So I import this code. Here you can see I take a variable map, and this is the package GE map.map, and I also define here some argument. I need the center, and I also need the center with the coordinate here, you can see, and I also define the zoom level, okay. So now I want to see this interactive map. So that's why I simply use here the variable name map and click run. You can see your map will be opened. With interactive map will be opened. Here you can see this map will be opened here. So here you can see this is the center of latitude longitude of Dhaka city, as well as the I define the zoom level 9. So that's why this map will look like this, okay. So now I want to add some ArcEngine Python script. That's why you can easily understand how you can do this. So now I will show you how you can import the Sentinel-2 collection as Sentinel-2, as you can also import your boundary shape file, any boundary shape file, and use this Sentinel-2 image collection filter. And I also try to make a NDWI project. So that's why we will need another code spacing. So I simply copy this code space. So I simply click to here for need a code spacing. So now I will show you how you can import the Sentinel-2 collection. So I take a variable Sentinel-2, and I use here the ee.image collection. You can see the ee.image collection. And now I also use here the Sentinel-2 image collection snippet. So how can I get this? So you can simply search your here the Sentinel-2 and go to this here. You can see here the collection snippet, and you can simply copy this name, okay, and paste it here. So now in this code I import the Sentinel-2 collection as Sentinel-2 variable. This is my variable name, and this is the image collection, and this is the snippet name of my collection keyword Copernicus S2. So now I want to add here my boundary shape file. So and I also take a variable name. This boundary shape file variable name is Dhaka. So I now use here the ee.feature collection, feature collection. Okay, now I add here my feature collection. So, and in this case I will try to show in this map only for Dhaka district. So you can simply here and go to your asset tab. Okay, so here you can see Dhaka district. This is the asset tab, Dhaka district. So I simply copy this asset, and so I simply use there the share buttons. You can see this is the share button. So you can see this is the share button. You can simply copy here the users from and copy this only user, then it's the name, and this is your file name Dhaka district. So I copy this and paste here, okay. So I paste here my boundary shape file feature collection, okay. So now filter the image collection using the filter bounds and filter date method. So and sort of the collection by cloud cover metadata, and also create the mosaic image and clip it to your Dhaka city country boundary shape file. So that's why I need another variable. So I declare this variable name is image, image, and I declare this variable name image. So now I want to show this image here. So I image, so now I filtered this. So I filtered this image from where? I want to filter this image from this collection. So in this collection, what's the variable name here? This variable name is Sentinel2. I simply copy it and paste here. Okay, I paste here. Then I use the filter bounds function. Filter bounds function, and here is the filter bounds is my Dhaka shapefile. Okay, so I simply use this name Dhaka, and I also make a bracket or one line. For now I also filter this date, so I simply used here the dot filter date function, as I also defined this date 2090, 2020, 2080. Okay, 2080 01 01, as well as also I defined here the in date 2080 04 30. Okay, so I here use the filter bounds and filter date, and I also used here the sort the collection by the cloud cover the metadata. So for this here I use here the sort function. So here I use the sort function, and here I use the cloud pixel per sentence. So this is the properties of this image: cloudy pixel per sentence, cloudy pixel per sentence, and I define it as a false. So I define it as a false. So now I make a mosaic. So I now make a mosaic. So I make a mosaic and clip with my desired region of interest. So I clip, use here the clip function, and here my desired location is Dhaka city. So I use here Dhaka. Okay. So I add here this map. So if you want, you can use here the true color plates or other color plates. So how you can do this? So now you want to show this true color composite or your visualization, how we can do this. So you can use here the another variable. This variable name is true color, or anything you can write, anything variable name you can use as your choice. Okay, so here I use the true color, and I define here the bands. So what's the bands I need here? So I define here the bands. What's the bands I will show in this parameter? So I define the bands. So these bands. Okay, I define this band, and this band, suppose this is the B4, then B3, then B3, and I also define here the B2. Okay, so now I define the band here. So if you want, you can set your minimum and maximum reflectance or pixel value here. You can easily define here. So for this you take a keyword, this name is mean, and I also define it 0. this value, and I also define the max, and here I define this 3000. Okay, so I define it here. So now you want to show this in your map, so just I simply click to here. If you have any wrong, you can get an error. So when you click to here, you can get any wrong, that means your code is good and there is no error. So now you can display this true color composite in your interactive map view for this time frame, as well as this cloud pixel percentage, as well as your specific country boundary shapefile. So that's why you take another code spacing here. So I simply click here and get the code spacing. So now I want to display Earth Engine true color images layer. So how can we do this? So I simply do this. So here I take a variable map and use here the GE map dot map, and I also defined here the center. I already discussed about this. Define here my center. So here I use here the coordinate. So I simply copy the coordinate from the previous code. Here you can see this is my coordinate. So I simply copy and paste here, and I also defined a zoom level here. So here the zoom I set the 9. Okay, so here you can see I defined the zoom level. So then I use here the another function. This function name is map dot add layer. Map dot add layer. Here you can see now you want to fill this your parameter here. So first of all, what is the parameter here? This parameter is EE object. So here the EE object is my image. Okay, so here the EE object is name is my image. So here you can see this is image. You can simply use here this object name image. So I put this image, then your argument is visualization parameter. Your visualization parameter name is true color. In this case you can see here true color. Okay, so if you want you can give this layer name. So here I use this layer name as a string. So I use the quote, and this layer name is true color composite. Okay, so I add this, and you can also use here the map add layer control function. So I use here the map dot add layer control function. So I add this function, and next I want to display this map. So for this I write this variable name again. So here the variable name is map. So I write this here this map, and when I click run, I hope if you don't have any wrong, this you can see your result easily. Okay, so let's go to run here or execute your code. So you can see you can execute your code and you have a wrong here. So you can see this line will be wrong. So what's the wrong here? You can find easily this wrong. What's the wrong here? You can see here I use the map layer, and then I used here the image properties. This is our object, image object. So I simply copy this image object and paste here. And then here I use the true color of this composite. So that's why I use this true color, and use here the name of my layer name. Okay, and then I use here the map add layer control function. You can see, and finally I use this variable. So now click run. What happened? I hope now it will be not working here. So what's the problem in this code? You can get the error of this code here, you can see. Okay, so what's the wrong here? So I will try to understand what's the wrong here. So I again just run this code, there is no error, and again this code here, this you can get an error here. So what's the wrong here? You try to find it. You can see here the GE map, and I also use the properties here. So I got this error here. You can see this message here, you can read this message here. You can see image validation no parent name b2. It means this b will be uppercase. Okay, so you can simply get your wrong and get this code upper link and click run. I hope now it will be work. So what happened? I again run. Okay, I hope at least you can get your result here. Okay, this result will be appeared here. You can see this is our true color composite for Dhaka city district. You can see here this is a true color composite here. Okay, so when you get any error, you can simply go to your description and try to make. So for this I gave here the small b, and we also know that our brand name will be uppercase b. So when I click to add here the uppercase b and click to run, and as well as when I click to again this run, it will be working easily. So you can see this composite will be working, and you can easily get your result, proper result. This is the true color composite, and you can also see here, there you can see also here, you can see this is the layer. This is the layer name is true color composite. It will be appeared. This is the layer name, and now you want to add to here the some operational work, such as here I want to calculate the Ndwi. So that's why what can we do for this? So you need to add the calculate Ndwi parameter. So now I also add here the again code spacing. So now I want to calculate the Ndwi. So for this here I use the variable Ndwi. So now I want to calculate in here. So in this case, which image are to use for this calculating the Ndwi? Here you can see my image collection name is true image. Okay, so I can simply copy this image. So you can use any name of your true image or any variable name you can use. In perfect variable name you can easily use here. So I use the true name here. So it is first of all we can use this image, but you can change it and you can also change it here. So when you click to run here, and also you click to run here, if you have done any error, because variable name is anything, you can just a proper variable name, it will be work. Okay, so you can see here this is the image variable name, and now I want to use this image collection according to filter date, filter boundary Dhaka city. Now I want to calculate the NDWI. So I want to calculate the NDWI from this collection. So for this I use this variable name, collection variable name. So here you can see this collection variable name is image. So I use here the NDWI, use here the image. Okay, this is the same variable name I used here. So I used here the image. Then I used a function. So this function name is normalized difference. So I use here the normalized difference, and which bands I want to use for this normalized difference. We know that in Sentinel 2 we can, when you calculate the NDWI, we need to be 3 bands and be 8 bands. So I simply put these bands here. So I put these bands here, B3 and B8. Okay, so now I put these bands, and I also used here the normalized difference because I want to calculate here this NDWI. So now I want to add here the color plated. So I use here the plated, color plated NDWI use a variable NDWI color, and I define here this color, what the color I need. So I use here a list. So I use here the square bracket and define my color red. Then I also define here the yellow. Okay, then I also define here the green, and I also define here the blue. Okay, so in this case I will calculate NDWI using the normalized difference function. And we also know that when you calculate the Sentinel 2 NDWI, we use the B3 and B8 bands. And I also, next code, I also define the NDWI color plated. So now I want to show this NDWI display on my result in my map. So how can I do this? So it's very easy. So when you click to run, if you have not any error, it means your code will be good and there is no error. And now I want to take the another code from this here. You can see this, I will take another code spacing. Now I want to display the NDWI image with a layer with color plated using, okay. So I take a variable here, map, then use here the GE map and use here the map. And I also defined here the center of this map, okay, center of this map, and I also put here my latitude and longitude. So I again copy this latitude and longitude from my previous code. This is my latitude and longitude. I simply copy this coordinate, okay, I paste here. Okay, so I also define here the zoom level. So I use here the zoom, and this zoom level is 9. So I define this. Okay. So now I want to display the NDWI. So for this I use here the map dot add layer function and use here the variable name. So what's here the object name? Here the object name is NDWI. So I simply use here the NDWI, and then you use the minimum and maximum pixel value what you want. You can simply use here the curly brackets and make a dictionary. So we already talked about the dictionary. Dictionary is a part which includes the keyword and value. So here the key is mean, and I define this value is -1. Okay, and I also define here the max keyword and define this value is 0.5. okay, and I also use here the plated, and I also use the visualization parameter. This visualization parameter name is Ndwi color. okay, Ndwi color I simply put here. So here I use the plated, also use the plated, so I define it. So here I use the plated, PA, okay, plated. So this is my keyword, so here I use the quote plated, and this is my key value. This key value is name is Ndwi color. okay, so if you want you can give this a layer name. So here I use the layer name is Ndwi for Dhaka city or Dhaka district. okay, and I want to add here, now I want to show this result. So for this I use the again this variable name and click run. okay, so if you have no any error you can get your proper result, I hope. So now you can see your result map will be appeared. So you need to zoom, so I increase the zoom level is 18 and click run again. So I hope now you can get your proper result. So now you can see you need to zoom. Oh yeah, you can spelling it wrong, here is the M not N, zoom. So now I click run, I hope you can get your proper result. okay, so now you can see this zoom is level of your, you can see the Ndwi result your Dhaka for your Dhaka district. okay, it will be appeared, and you can also see here the layer name Ndwi for Dhaka district. So in this tutorial I will try to show you how you can make your Google Earth Engine Python API using the COLAB code editor. So and I also try to show you how you can make a simple project Ndwi using the COLAB Google Earth Engine. So if you have any question regarding this session you can contact with me in comment section, and if you want to learn direct from me you can contact with me in email address. So actually I already start a new course, the Google Earth Engine JavaScript API. If you want to do this course you can contact with me. I will also provide you all of these code materials, as well as I also provide you a online help Zoom class. I hope you enjoy it. okay, so today is no more. okay, thank you, thanks for watching this video.